You're listening to the Lovish Podcast, and I'm your host, Dr. Sita Hood, vision architect and licensed therapist. Each week, I'm going to help you to develop the belief and strategy necessary to make an immediate impact on the world by deep diving into topics like mental wellness, faith, relationships, and you guessed it, love. I should mention before we hop into the show, this is not a substitute for a relationship with a licensed therapist. You ready? Let's get it. Welcome back for another episode of the Lovish Podcast. I am your host, Dr. Sita Hood, vision architect and licensed therapist. What is in your mug today? I have thrown it back with just a regular schmegula-degula caramel latte from Starbucks, of course. And we got some sweet foam on top. Mentally, I'm feeling good. Physically, I'm feeling good. I slept well. How are you? If you are listening to this episode and you would like to tag me on social and let me know, go ahead and do that. If you're watching it on YouTube and you want to comment below how you're feeling, I would love to know what's in your mug. To the woman starting her business, to the woman starting her side hustle, to the woman who wants to change the world one event at a time, to the woman who wants to give her people the world, to the woman struggling to believe that her situation can change in the blink of an eye, to the woman who wants to show her girls what fierce, ambitious women of God can do when they walk in alignment with His will for their life. This episode today is for you, girl. I'm recording all of this for you. And before we get into today's episode, we're going to pause right here and have a word from our sponsor for today. But stick around because I got you. Trust me, you don't want to miss this episode. Meet me poolside in Arizona? You're tired of feeling alone and trapped in a cycle of mediocrity. You're tired of constantly juggling all the things to work in a job where you have no control over the work you do. And if one more person tells you just how easy it is to manifest your dreams, you are going to scream. You don't want to keep complaining because you know you're really blessed, but you just feel really miserable where you are and terrified to take the first step. That's why we're here. We're the Million Collective Inc., and we're going to help you ditch your notebook and launch your project in as little as 3 months. It's time to unlock the boldest version of you. No more $1 million ideas trapped in your notebooks or in the notes section of your phone. Deep down, you know you've got the genius, the tenacity, and the boldness to bring this project to life. But right now, the path there feels clouded with self-doubt. You want a clear step-by-step strategy to make this project a reality. You want to connect with other bold dreamers just like you. You want a launch strategy that leaves people ecstatic about your project release date. And you want to escape hustle culture, knowing the work that you do makes a difference. We're looking to partner with you. Join 24K Vision, a 90-day accelerator for audacious visionaries to ditch their notebooks and launch their project. Need the quick details? 90 days of support, accountability, and hot seat consulting on our group calls, a 4-day immersive, intimate weekend experience at the Andes Luxury Resort and Spa in Scottsdale, Arizona, 6 months of access to the 24K Club to connect with other audacious visionaries, access to our signature system, the Visionary Blueprint, and so much more. This is not just another program. It is a blueprint and a launch strategy, and we can't wait to partner with you to make your dreams a reality. Go ahead and click the link in the show notes or below this video to learn more. So the doors for 24K Vision are officially open. Woo! I am so excited. I would love to invite you in. And I want to invite you in because I see you. I see you. I see you. Okay, I see you. I know that you're tired of walking the same mediocre cycles day after day, but also you're afraid to pursue your purpose because you don't know what you're going to have to do, and you don't know what you're going to have to give up and what you're going to have to change. And that is scary. I get it. And I see you. And here's the thing. You will have to change, but the change is going to be for the better. I want you to think of the changes as an upgrade. When you get a new phone, let's say you keep the same phone in the series, because Samsung Nation over here all day, every day, period. No, we're not getting an iPhone. Okay. Anyway. You are excited. You over here ripping out the plastic. You acting brand new. Okay. You're excited about it. You get your new phone. You're excited for the upgraded features. You're excited for the cleaner interface. But let's be real, there's still a learning curve to conquer, especially with the consistent advancement of technology these days. Now, let me ask you a question. Do you let that learning curve stop you from upgrading your phone? No, I know you don't, because you know that the upgrade is better than staying where you are right now. Because where you are, let's see, your battery don't hold a charge really good. Your storage is always full. So 24/7, you got to delete something so you can make room for something else, because you can't even take pictures of your cousin graduation because your phone storage is full. So you got to keep on deleting that. You got to buy more cloud storage. And then you got this crack on your screen where your phone, your finger, when you touch your phone, your finger keeps getting cut. Come on and get the upgrade today, okay? Come on and get the upgrade. Let's let go of clearing 20 minutes out of your schedule for a bubble bath per week, like one bubble bath a week. Let's stop doing that to make room for self-care. And let's actually embrace wellness. Let's let go of replacing toxic people with upgraded versions of the same mess. Let's stop getting cut up by the cracks in the toxic relationships that you keep trying to make work just for the sake of making them work. Ready, set, go. Let's go. It's time to upgrade. It's time to upgrade you, your lifestyle, your vision, your dream, your life, your entire being. It's time to upgrade. But first, let's break down 3 false beliefs. 1, you need everybody to be in agreement before you decide to move forward. And I just got a simple question for that one. Who did God give the vision to? Was it you, or was it all of them folks over there? Because half the time you be trying to tell them what you see and what you think and what you feel, and you be getting frustrated because they don't get it. They don't understand it. And they don't understand it because it's not for them to understand. It's your vision. It was given to you. So I'm gonna just get on out your business there. I'm gonna get on out your business. But you don't need everybody's permission or agreement to move forward. False belief number 2, you think that you need to have everything in order before you actually move forward. A lie. The pieces come together when you put your feet to your faith. That's got to be together. If the provision is looking dry, if life is looking mediocre right now, that means that it's time to move to the land of milk and honey, the land of abundance, the land of freedom, the land of cultivated peace, the land of calm instead of chaos. It's time to trade in the dry, mediocre mess and upgrade to milk and honey, to flowing, to abundance. Come on. You know you want it, and you don't need to have all the pieces, because it's a journey. You're walking along the path. It's a journey to get there. You pick some stuff up along the way when you're on a journey. Also, I'm gonna be real with you. You can't keep expecting God to bless you where you're standing if you are out of alignment with his will. And that's the cute way to say it, but the real raw way to say it is disobedience. Okay, like, let's just keep it a hundo. Okay, it's really called disobedience. And ain't you tired of being disobedient? Aren't you tired of not moving on the thing that God told you to move on? False belief number 3, you're not enough to actually do this. And the truth of that is quite the opposite is true. You are exactly the person to do this because you're the only one who has the tenacity, the passion, the vision. So if you are ready to go, the doors to 24K vision is open, okay? If you're ready, and you are, first of all, I want to invite you to upgrade. I want to invite you to come on up to the land of milk and honey, to the place of abundance. I want to invite you to join me in the 24K Vision Program. I am so excited to officially open the doors and welcome you. Yay. You have literally been walking with me on this journey as I've been prepping, as I've been getting things ready, as I've been testing out the system with individuals, as I've been putting the work together behind the scenes. You have been there every step of the way, and I want to say thank you. But now it's time for you to come on off the sidelines, to stop watching, and for you to breathe life into your own vision. And if you need some support doing that, I'm going to invite you to join me. I want you to think of 24K Vision like a buffet on Thanksgiving. I went all out, okay? I ain't even gonna hold you, okay? I went all out. The table is nicely decorated just for you. Just for you. But here's what you're gonna do to get to your go, right? Because the episode is called Ready, Set, Go. First, I want you to get ready. I want you to be brave enough to believe that this is possible. The life that you dream about, the program you dream of starting, that those financial classes that you want to do, that additional education segment for your salon, that program that you want to launch in your practice. I want you to start believing that it is a very real possibility for you. The dream lifestyle that you keep envisioning is possible for you. Personally, when I started to believe that the vision was given to me on purpose to ignite my purpose, I started to make huge strides forward in helping other ambitious women just like you to activate their influence and walk in their purpose. Plus, I realized that I am the secret sauce. I never have to be afraid of somebody taking my seat at the table because, first of all, I know how to build my own tables around here. You heard me? And you know how to build it too, especially if you got it up out the mud, okay? And I want to say, just because you got it out the mud don't mean you got to stay in the mud when you're bringing it to life, okay? We can upgrade that thing. We can live from a place of abundance with awareness around that. But just because somebody want to try to take my seat at the table, that doesn't scare me. Because number 2, if they try to take my seat at the table or try to take my table, period, that table gonna be lopsided because I built it, because I'm the secret sauce here, because I'm the one that God ordained to do this thing. So you can try it if you would like, but it's not going to work the same way that it worked for me because it's my stuff. And the same is true about you. You have to get to the point where you believe that to be true. Get ready. Second step, get set. Right? Okay. So we didn't get ready. We believe it's possible. We know we the secret sauce. We got it. We walking in our purpose. We're ready. We getting set. I started to take action on what I did know. I know ambitious visionaries, ambitious women like you, they say, I don't have all the pieces. That's why I feel like I'm not ready to get started. How do I actually do this? I can see this part, but I can't see that part. I can see this, but I can't see that. And I want to tell you that when you start to walk, the pieces come together. When I was working with Sarah doing the 24K Vision Program, she was extremely nervous because she tried a bunch of other programs. She tried a bunch of other things where she only had small pieces, but she couldn't bring it together and make it make sense together. Using the visionary blueprint, she brought it together. She made it make sense together. The pieces came together using our templates, scripts, formulas. So she got set. She got set, but first she had to be brave enough and bold enough to take action. She had to give her yes in order for the pieces to come together. So you're saying that you want to leave a legacy. You're saying that you want to change your industry, but you can't do that if you don't say yes, if you don't start walking, if you don't surrender some of those pieces so that somebody can help you put them together. together. And when you put yourself out there, I want you to watch how surprised you're going to be when people tell you, oh my God, this is exactly what I've been looking for. Probably last year on the podcast, I talked about my anxiety with calling myself a vision architect in the beginning, because I was like, I know people be saying other stuff. They say vision coach, vision this, or just coach, period, or strategist or whatever. But I really think vision architect suits me very well. And it's for reasons I'm not going to go into on a podcast right now, but I was nervous to do that. And from the first couple of times that I put myself out there and said, hey, I'm a vision architect, people came around, and when I told them what I do, they was like, oh my God, I didn't even know that a vision architect exists, but you're exactly what I've been looking for. That's what people are going to say about you when you get set. When you start walking, when you put those little pieces that you do have in place, they're going to say, this is exactly what I've been looking for. And I don't want you to shy away just because it requires a little bit of work and a lot of elbow grease and a lot of bravery to come out of hiding. Don't get scared. Don't go back into hiding. And I know that this can happen. It can happen. You can have some progress. You can make some success, see some strides, and then you want to go back into your corner. Come on out. And step number 3, you're going to go, okay? To go far, you have to actually start. You cannot keep hiding behind your journal pages, baby. The vision is in the journal, and I get it, because this is where literally all my vision starts, in these journal pages. But you can't keep hiding there. It's not a real, tangible, breathing thing until you bring it off those pages and into reality. You can't leave a legacy from your journal. It can start in your journal, but you can't leave a legacy in your journal. If it's stuck in your journal, how can it impact anybody? So you have to start. You can't live your whole life in fear. When does the chapter start where you're willing to bet on yourself? When does the chapter start where you're willing to take calculated risks? When does the chapter start where you're willing to bet on the ideas that God put in your head? When does it start where you're willing to trust that God will make it happen when the timing is right? When does that start? When does that start? Because the bottom line here is, once you start, you learn what direction you want to walk in to keep momentum going. Now, if you're happy with your mediocre life, then by all means, just go ahead and pass this episode along to somebody else that might find it helpful. I get it. No shade, no nothing. We'll invite you to come whenever you're ready. But if the thought of spending one more month with life exactly like it is today depresses you, then you owe it to yourself to take off, to go off. Ready, set, go. Now is not the time to be passive with your purpose. It's time to go off, okay? It is go time, and you're ready. You are ready. I don't want you to believe for a second that you're not ready. You are ready. The only thing standing between you and your future is one single choice. So I want to invite you to join me in 24K Vision. The doors are not going to be open for a long time because we have a set number of slots for people that are ready. But I would love for one of those spots to be yours. If you are an ambitious woman ready to impact the world, ready, set, go. Girl, what you been watching? What you been reading? What you been listening to? Media Queens, what's up? Welcome back for another Media Queens. This week's Media Queens, we are talking about The Kingmaker by Kennedy Ryan. I love me some Kennedy Ryan. Do you hear me? It's the way that she writes for me. Now, again, imagine if Kennedy never brought her unique spin to the book industry, because I feel like people write love stories well, they write romance novels well, but what I love about Kennedy is that she fuses her worldviews, her thought processes into her writing. And you can tell from her writing, she's a person that is very passionate about social justice. She talks about a lot of issues in her writing, and I just love that. I love that real, raw, emotional element there. And it's not like she writes cookie cutter stories, right? On some level, yeah, they cookie cutter. But like, can you imagine if she would have been like, no, I'm not going to write my novels because people done heard that story already a million times over. No. We love Kennedy Ryan. So I'm on the Kingmaker series, book 1. If you haven't read Before I Let Go, what are you doing, honey? Go get the book today, okay? Today. Even people that be like, oh, I want to get into reading, but I'm not sure. Go get Before I Let Go, okay? And I'm pretty sure I heard something that they're turning it into a movie. So you want to read the book before the movie comes out and then potentially have a watch party. But anyway, getting back to The Kingmaker. The Kingmaker, I loved this book because, spoiler alert, I love this book because she was passionate about changing the world, but she was so passionate about holding her lands for her tribe sacred and dear based on her religion, based on her culture, based on her belief system. And so she dedicated her life to completing that work. She saw her mother do that before her, and she wanted to do the exact same thing. She wanted to preserve the land. And so I just love all the raw emotion that Kennedy wrote about in this book and the characters that she really brought to life. People from 2 separate walks of life figuring things out together, and how Lennox didn't let not knowing what to do stop her from pursuing her purpose. If you enjoyed today's episode, share the love. Share it with your mama, share it with your auntie, share it with your best friend. Then head on over to Apple Podcasts and leave us a 5-star review. Reviews help the podcast to grow. Well, that's all I have for you today. I'll see you out in these social media streets. Bye.